Carey's Civil Engineering welcome you to this site-specific health, safety, environment and quality induction. Project Induction. You may be asking yourself, why do I need to attend a site induction? If you are new to the construction industry, or even if you are an experienced construction worker, when you start on a new site, we must ensure that you are made aware of the specific hazards associated with this particular site. We must give you enough information to ensure that you can do your job without injury and go home safely at the end of the day. You need to know how to get around the site, know who to see if you have a problem, and what to do in an emergency. Organizations and project personnel. Client, principal contractor, civil subcontractor. Carey's Civil Engineering. Carey's key personnel on site are
the scope of works,
commitment to safety. The safety of all individuals working on the site is of the highest importance to the directors and management of Carey's Civil Engineering. The directors, who form our safety leadership team, declared a commitment to ensure we all go safe home every day. Safe home every day, or SHED, requires a commitment from all employees to not walk by something which could lead to an accident, incident, or near miss by taking action through intervention, putting it right, or reporting it to the project site management and supervisors. Group policy and responsibilities. Carey's Civil Engineering has written its policy and statement of our commitment to health and safety, environment, quality. This policy sets out our commitment, our legal responsibilities as an employer and individual responsibilities, how these will be achieved, and our commitment to continual improvement. A copy of the policy will be displayed on site and can be made available to you. You have a legal duty under the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, Section 7, to take care of yourself and others that may be affected by your actions and cooperate with your employer and anyone else to enable them to comply with their statutory duties. Drugs and alcohol policy. Carey's Civil Engineering has a zero-tolerance drugs and alcohol policy. By attending and completing this induction, you confirm the acceptance and adherence to this policy. Carey's Civil Engineering has arrangements in place to conduct pre-employment, random and for-cause testing for the presence of drugs and alcohol for any person working on our sites or under our control. All prescription medicines and drugs must be declared to allow checks and confirmation with our occupational health provider that these do not have an adverse effect on the completion of your role. Failure to complete a test when requested will be classed as test failure. You will be removed from the site and will not be allowed to work on or for a Carey's Civil Engineering company.
key project hazards and risks. The following key project health, safety and environmental hazards and risks have been identified. Deep excavation, live services, heavy plant movements, confined spaces.
Occupational health, HAVS, noise, dust.
Lifting operations, slips, trips and falls. UXO, temporary works. Project rules. You must report to the gatehouse before entering site and stay with your escort as required. No car parking on site or on station roads. Car parking to be within the site compound areas only.
Site-specific rules have been written for your benefit to keep you safe while working on this contract. You must comply with them. They may help save your life. If you break any of these rules, you may be asked to leave the site. If you see others breaking the rules or an unsafe situation, do not walk away. Put it right if it is safe to do so, or tell someone about it. The site rules are available on the site notice boards and in all the welfare cabins and units. Situations where you will be asked to attend re-induction or leave site include, but are not limited to, the following: not adhering to method statements and safe systems of work, falsifying documents, committing an assault whilst at work or threatening behaviour, being under the influence of alcohol or drugs, operating plant or equipment without authorisation or competency card, operating plant or equipment without safety guards in use, interfering, altering scaffolding, mobile towers or equipment provided to keep you safe when working at height, working without permits in place, willful damage or theft, urinating or defecating on site, willfully working in an unsafe manner or putting others at risk, accumulating 2 unsafe action or condition forms, not complying with social media policy. Management of works. Risk assessments and method statements are key elements in planning safe systems of work on site. You will be briefed on these safe systems of work so that you understand the sequence of work, what labour and plant will be used, how materials are stored and used, and how the working environment should be planned and organised based on our Carey Way core standards. Carey Way visual standards boards are erected around the site to clearly show how the core standards are implemented. You must agree to work by the safe method and sign a record sheet to confirm that you have understood the information that you have been briefed. Do not start work until you have been briefed on the risk assessment and method statement for the works you are being directed to perform. Permits to work. High-risk works on site will be controlled by the Permit to Work system. Permits will be issued by nominated Carey staff on site. Permits to break or disturb ground are issued by the project engineers. Confined spaces permits are also issued by the project engineers. Hot works permits are issued by the store coordinator. Permits to access, load and strike false work and formwork are issued by the temporary works coordinator. Mobile, high-hab and crawler crane permits are issued by appointed persons. Permit to demolish are issued by the project manager. Permit to work on near or live electrics are issued by the project manager. Failure to comply with the requirements of the above permits will result in the suspension of works until the necessary permits have been completed. Emergency response. In any emergency, assess the situation and, if necessary, contact 999. Contact the site project management team and advise them in full of the emergency and any action that has been taken so far. All emergency procedures and contact numbers are available on the project and site notice boards. In the event of discovering a fire in the project offices or on site, the person discovering the fire or emergency should raise the alarm using the fire alarm point, the klaxon bell, or shout as appropriate. Summon the required emergency service by dialing 999. Try to extinguish the fire only if you are trained and it is safe to do so. If a fire cannot be controlled, get clear and report to your assembly point. Only move injured personnel if they are in danger. Spill response and management. Identify the source of the spillage. Stem flow from the source as required. Prevent the spill entering drains. Absorb the spillage using absorbent mats. Return to offices for correct disposal. All spillages should be reported to your supervisor and recorded. First aid, incident and near miss. The nearest hospital is. The emergency contact number is 999. Direction maps to the hospital is available on the site notice boards. First aiders on the project are contact numbers for all first aiders, first aid kits and eye wash stations are available on the site notice boards. All accidents, injuries or near misses, no matter how minor, must be reported to the site management and recorded in the site first aid book. Remember, your near miss might be another person's accident. If we are not made aware of the near miss, we cannot act to prevent it becoming that accident. Welfare and site hours. The working hours for the site are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday by arrangement. Welfare units are provided at key locations around the site. They are all non-smoking. Leave them as you would expect to find them. If there are problems with the welfare units, please tell us. Shower facilities are provided. If you are working in contaminated areas, you must use the showers provided before changing into fresh clothes to avoid cross-contamination. Consultation and communication. On a regular basis, an independent consultation meeting will be held on site to receive feedback from members of the workforce, positive and negative, to ensure we are addressing any concerns or issues raised and progressing proactively. If you have a health, safety, quality, or environmental concern, witnessed a near miss, incident, or dangerous occurrence or behavior, an observation, innovation, or improvement idea, report these concerns, observations, or ideas to your manager or supervisor, or where required anonymously on the Carey's Shed Safety Hotlines. Shed Hotline number, free phone 0800 032 7433. Shed Hotline, mobile and text 24 hours a day and leave a message 07950 485 819. Where identified in your risk assessments, additional PPE may be required or increased levels of protection provided. For example, glasses replaced with high-impact goggles. If you do not have an item of PPE, speak to your supervisor for issue. Persistent failure to comply with the Carey Civil Engineering mandatory PPE policy will result in reinduction, followed by removal from site for continuous ignorance. Pedestrian vehicle segregation. The site has a traffic management plan for the safe movement and segregation of pedestrians and vehicles around site. All operatives on site must abide by and follow pedestrian routes, walkways, crossing points, signage, and the guidance or instruction of traffic marshals. At the access points to the worksite, the specific site plan will be erected. This will be reviewed and updated regularly. Any changes, notifications of anticipated abnormal loads, deliveries, or plant movements will be communicated through the site daily activity briefings. Please report any defects immediately. Environmental protection. Noise, vibration, dust, light, surface water, siltation, contamination of roads, odours. These are all examples of nuisance that we can cause to the local communities and the environment during our works. Habitats, protected species, nesting birds, reptiles or hibernating animals, tree protection orders, sites of special scientific interest, watercourses, groundwater, third-party abstraction licenses from water sources, invasive weeds. We must identify the aspects and impacts of our works, ensure we eliminate, if possible, or mitigate the impacts through planning, licensing or consents, consultation and communication. Failure to protect the environment, cause pollution or environmental impact can lead to significant fines and/or imprisonment. Quality, right first time. Quality is the delivery of the client's and end users' requirements, expectations, and satisfactory completion of the scope of works for a job. To achieve this, on a daily basis, we must ensure you understand what is required. You are using the correct equipment for the job. If not, ask for it. The equipment you are using is calibrated, serviced, and tested. You are working to the correct drawings. If in doubt, ask. It is better to ask a stupid question than to do the work twice. You report any defects in materials to site management. You follow hold points and allow inspections to be completed. We only get paid once to complete the works, so let's get it right first time. Asbestos awareness. In all but a greenfield or virgin ground or new build construction, there is the possibility of encountering asbestos. It had many applications in materials, buildings, and construction works up until 1999. Asbestos was a very useful and individual material that had very useful characteristics or properties such as very strong, fire, heat and chemical resistant, electrically insulated. All types of asbestos are dangerous. If you find it, leave it where you find it and contact your supervisor or the project manager. So in conclusion and close, nothing is so urgent or important that the time cannot be taken to do it safely. Nothing is worth getting hurt for. Remember, safety is all our responsibilities. We live by it. Ensure you go safe home every day.
We all appreciate a little advice and support, even when things are going well. But what about the times when life doesn't follow your plans and events beyond your control affect your well-being? It might be the pressures of work, family, or financial concerns, ill health, or bereavement. Life's normal ups and downs can become overwhelming, making you feel trapped. But if you can access support quickly, these issues can be overcome, helping you and those close to you to get back on track. That's where we can help. The Lighthouse Construction Industry Charity provides a completely free and confidential 24/7 helpline for our construction workforce and their families, people just like you. As well as providing emergency financial assistance, we also offer practical and emotional support in areas such as health, mental well-being and work life. because we know that when one area of life is unsettled, it's likely that another could be too. We give advice on managing debt to restore your financial stability and help you understand any benefits that you're entitled to. We also help with well-being issues ranging from stress and anxiety to disability or ill health. We can even arrange legal support for family and employment issues. Our construction industry helpline is funded by the industry for the industry, helping our people through times of crisis. Everything is in the strictest of confidence for you and your family, whether you're a current or former construction industry or allied trade worker. A helping hand can make all the difference, and there are a number of ways you can get the support you need today. Download our Construction Industry Helpline app for more information, advice and guidance on how you can get the right support for you and your family. Call our Construction Industry Helpline on 0345 605 1956 and talk to someone who can help. Or visit our website, constructionindustryhelpline.com, for more information about how and where to get help.